Why, hello, what's going on? It is your favorite mums, guys. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today's video, we are going to be building you guys a cheap meta prem team, all right? I've had a lot of people ask me about cheap teams. Obviously, a lot of people got the game for Christmas, and they're looking to start their journey off, basically. Or even with Team of the Year coming up, like myself, a lot of people are using a cheap team so that they can be quite liquid going into Team of the Year. So basically what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to build you guys a cheap meta prem team. This team costs around 100k, 100,000 coins. I'll give you some bench options as well in terms of cards that maybe you could sub in instead if you wanted to spend a little bit more. But I think the team is quite good as it is, all right? What I've tried to stay away from is just the really expensive players. So I kind of capped it around 50k a player. I think the most expensive player I have in there is about 35k. Because I didn't want to go too expensive, all right? But I've given you guys some cheaper options and some more expensive options as well. So let's get it started, all right? We'll go straight into it, and I'll explain why we're adding these players as we go. So the very first player we're going to be looking at for our goalkeeper is my man, Nick Pope, okay? Now, this card, I've actually got him there. There you go. This card is easily one of the most meta goalkeepers in the game, especially for a cheap card. I know pros, verified players that use this card as their keeper right now, even with their god teams, with their R9s and their Hullets. That's how good this card is, all right? So don't get me wrong, this card is cheap, but he is just as good as a lot of the top-end goalkeepers. I know, like I said, a lot of people use this card over Allison and over those kind of guys. Now, the reasoning why people like this card is two reasons. One, he's 6'7", so he's got that height. He can reach to the corners. And two, if you look at his play traits, he's got the save with feet trait, which is quite a important trait, all right? Also, he's got come for crosses, which is good for players like me. I actually set my keeper to come for crosses, so he's already got that badge as well, which just helps with that. So there's his stats. I'm going to be honest with you, when it comes to goalkeepers and stats, I don't even think they matter that much. I've used many goalkeepers this year, from your Allisons, your Courtois, down to your Popes, your Van der Sars, your Chesneys, your Handanoviches. I've used all these keepers, and I feel like the stats on the keepers just don't really matter. It's kind of a feel thing. Some just feel better than others, and this is definitely one that is a very, very good card. So he is definitely our starting goalkeeper. Next, we will go to our right back. Now, this was quite an easy choice for me. I think you've only got a few choices, right? So obviously, if you're going Prem, you've got Walker, who's the most expensive option. You've got Cancelo. I think I've got him as well in the club, actually. You've got Cancelo, who is an okay option. You've got Wan-Bissaka. So they're all good options. But this guy is by far, in my opinion, the best option out of them all. For price and how good they are. I would say that this Semedo is probably on par with Walker. Okay, so Walker's the most expensive right back in the Prem. This card, I think, is on par with that card, but for a fraction of the price. Okay, and he's better than Cancelo and Wan-Bissaka and those guys. As you can see, 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. So, ticks those boxes in terms of, not a bad weak foot, good skill moves, so you can skill with him. He ticks the boxes in terms of, medium highs, which I quite like. A lot of right backs and left backs, wing backs, they seem to have high mediums. So they've got higher attacking work rates. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but in the meta of this game right now, it is a very defensive game. You don't want to get beaten. A lot of people like to counter you down the wings using pace. So you need pace on your wing backs, but you don't want to be countered. And if they've got high meters, sometimes they get up the ground a little bit high, and on the counters, you can get caught out of position. Him having the medium highs means he works a little bit harder back in defense than he does work up the ground, which I like. So I think this works perfectly. 5'10" is a good height. And then, yeah, all round, just good attributes, guys. Really good stamina. Already got, solid interceptions and stand tackle, and then insanely good pace and solid dribbling. So you throw a shadow on this card. I threw an anchor on him because I didn't want to spend the money on a shadow. But obviously, I'd probably throw a shadow on this card if you have him. Takes him 99 pace, 99 sorry, 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, and then it boosts his defending all into pretty much the like low 90s. Makes him an insane card, okay? So that is our right back. Now, our center back option, sorry. The easy one, and the one that I'm going to mention first. Oh, and I'll quickly list off the price. So Pope right now, quickly, because I've got the prices here. Pope right now selling for about, I think he's around 2,000 coins. Where is he? Is he in my list? Sorry, chat. He's not actually in my list. I didn't put him in my list. But he is about 2,000 coins. I think he's a bit less, like 1,500 coins. Now, for centre backs, I've got this guy as well already. But you can't look anywhere else other than Joe Gomez. He is, honestly, he's one of the best centre backs in the game, I would actually say. Not including icons like gold cards. Obviously, you got your Varans and your Van Dijks. But in terms of gold cards, he's up there. Like, I know a lot of people are still... I'm still using this card with my Varane next to him. This card is a beast. And for only 24,000 coins as well. So 24k. Very, very good card. And not too expensive as well. Mediums, 6'2". I know some people are going to be like, okay, well, mediums. I don't like those work rates. Work rates are fine. Van Dijk, I think it is, has got mediums. You got like Ramos, who's got like high mediums. I think Koundé's got mediums. And these are all extremely meta center backs that everyone uses. I don't seem to have an issue with the medium, so I would not worry about that. But this guy just kind of fits the meta, right? Like I said, man, pace, it sucks to say in some sense, but pace is everything in your defense right now. With the meta of this game, a lot of people playing 4-2-3-1, drop back, and then they're just counter-attacking you with really fast attackers. You need to make sure you've got pace on your defenders, all right? To make sure they can get back and stay in position. So 85 sprint speed, 78 acceleration on this card, which is really, really nice. Good reactions for a center back. And then obviously 84 interceptions, 83 defensive awareness, 85 stand tackle. Again, you throw a shadow on this card. His full stats aren't coming up, but he goes to basically, I think it's 88 acceleration, 95 sprint speed, goes to 94 interceptions, goes to 88 defensive awareness, and then goes to 95 stand tackle and 92 slide tackle, guys. And he's already got that 83 strength as well. So very good card, would not go anywhere else. Now, this is where you've got two options. This is the option I would go for my other centre back in Davinson Sanchez. Now, this card is cheap. He's only 3,800 coins right now. Boom. So that is the option I would go. The other option you could go is Ake. Okay, Ake I think is even cheaper. I think he's like 1,000 coins. So if you want to go a little bit cheaper, a few thousand coins cheaper, Ake definitely does the job as well. But I prefer this card. Ake and Sanchez have got very similar pace. But Sanchez just simply has slightly better defending and better physicals, all right? So now what Ake does have, Ake has the better dribbling and the better passing. So, you know, if you're someone who likes to really, I guess, play the ball out of defense with your center backs and maybe, you know, move with them a little bit, maybe Ake is the better option for you. But if you just want like a more stand and deliver center back, I think this Sanchez is the guy. And personally, that's probably who I would go. I would go this Sanchez. Now, left backs, guys. There's very slim for options at left backs. The best one that's not too expensive is Tellez, okay? Now, this card is actually, I think, about 10,000 coins. So that's who I would be going. But if you do want to go cheap, you have got Reg, okay? Reg from Tottenham. He's about 1,000 coins, 1,500 coins, and he will do the job if you need him. But this would be my first choice. High highs, which are great work rates for a left back. Left footed on the left side, which is good. You know, I know some people are like, oh, he's only got a 2-star weak foot, but the fact that he's left foot on the left side, the weak foot doesn't really matter as much. And then he's just overall just solid, you know? Solid defending, really good stamina, solid passing, solid pace. Balance and agility is a little bit low, but obviously we can try and boost that up if you need to. I would throw a shadow on this guy if you're going to use him. But yeah, he's your best option, but Reg is probably your next best. Now, quickly, guys, we'll try and speed through this. I'm probably taking a bit of time talking about it. Next card, and again, I use this card right now. That shows you how meta it is. So if people are wondering, right now I'm using a cheap team. So a lot of these cards that I'm showing you right now, I'm actually using myself. And for people wondering, you know, how well do you do with cheap players like this? You can compete with the best players with this kind of team. If you can get a cheap meta team like the players I'm using right now, you can easily compete. So obviously I've got him as a striker because that's where I use it for chemistry, but pretend he's a center mid right now, so he'd be on full chem. Now, I finish, you know, I'm a gold 1 kind of player with these players. I'm a gold 2 to gold 1. I've been on track for gold 1 usually, so I'm a gold 1 kind of player with these players, using these kind of players. You know, I use that Gomez, I use that Semedo, I use that Sissoko. There's a couple other players I'm about to show you, which I also use in my team currently. All right, so, and I verse, you know, Mbappe's, Neymar's, Ronaldo's, icons, and we come out on top of a lot of these teams, okay, with these players. So as long as you've got like a meta team, even if they're cheap, you can compete. Now, obviously this guy's not 23,000 coins anymore. I bought him a while ago. He's actually 3,700 coins, 3,700 coins. So he's a lot cheaper, but great box-to-box or DM option, all right? So obviously I'm going to assume we're going to try and play this, put this team into a 4-2-3-1, because that is what a lot of people are playing these days. I'll put it into that. So he would be a great ball-playing DM in your 4-2-3-1, okay? High highs, 6'2", solid pace, good sprint speed and everything. Like, okay dribbling. His balance and agility is a little bit low. But this one I want to explain to you guys. Some cards just play out of their skin, okay? You get some cards where you look at the stats and you're like, oh, okay, it's an okay card, but I mean, his agility is not great, his balance isn't great, you know, his acceleration's not great, his composure's nothing special, you know, and you think, well, why is this card that good? But it's just one of those cards that they play better than their stats suggest, all right? This is a card that so many people use and have used when they were building cheap teams, so you just got to trust me with some of these cards. This card is way better than his stats suggest, all right? Very, very good card. Like I said, I play Mbappe's and Neymar's, and this card takes it up to them, all right? So that is the other DM. Now, the other card I have thrown in here as your other DM is Alan. Now, the reason why I've gone this card, guys, is because in a 4-2-3-1, I like to have a balance. I like to have a holding DM and a ball-playing DM. Now, you have got other cards. A card that you could use instead of one of these two is Wijnaldum, Genie Wijnaldum. Very, very nice, you know, box-to-box or ball-playing DM. So you could go Sissoko and Wijnaldum, you know, or you could go Wijnaldum over Sissoko. But I like to have a balance of a holding DM and a ball-playing. I think it really fits the team well in a 4-2-3-1, and it doesn't make it too defensive. So that's why I go these two right now in terms of cheap. Alan is only, let's see, what have I got him here? I actually don't have his price up. Let me just quickly check for you guys. Alan is currently 4,000 coins. So a lot cheaper. While Genie, you're paying, you know, more like 20 odd. This guy is only 4,000 coins. Once again, a card I already have. Because I was using him. So this card, guys, 4-star skills, medium high, so great work rates for a DM, good skill moves actually for a DM. And then, you know, pace isn't the greatest, but it's not bad. But then really good, you know, physicals, like good stamina, solid defending, really solid defending. 88 stand tackle, 87 defensive awareness, 88 interceptions, and that's without any chem style on him. And then actually really solid dribbling for a DM as well. Like 88 reactions, 86 balance, 83 ball control, 85 composure, which is really solid for a DM player. Once again, guys, shadow on him. Maximize that pace. That will get him to at least 79 sprint speed and 87 acceleration. And then it'll get his interceptions, defensive awareness, stand tackle, all to like the high 90s, mid to high 90s, all right? And it makes him a bit of a beast. So he will play as your holding DM, and he will be your like ball playing DM next to him. Now, This is where it gets a little bit funny, all right? I'm actually going to be throwing someone a little bit different into this spot. Now, we're going to have one player off chem in this team, and that is my boy, Heung-min Son. Now, because there's so many left mid options in this game, it makes a card like Heung-min Son, even though his stats are pretty insane, it makes him quite cheap. So this card is only 37,000 coins. So this is actually the most expensive card in the team, but for his stats, that is cheap. He's 37,000 coins. Now, with loyalty and a manager, this guy will get 7 chem. So that is fine, guys, because I know a lot of people are worried about, oh, I can't play players off chem. I'm playing 2 players in my team right now off chem. I know pros who play 2 or 3 players off chem. Sometimes having a player on 7 chem is still better than having another person in that position, all right? Because other guys, we could have put that in position. You know, we could have used a Martial in that spot. We could have used, you know, a Wijnaldum in that spot. We could have used a Havertz in that spot. You know, there's other guys, but this guy on 7 chem will be a lot better than all of those guys, all right? So I'll quickly show you. I mean, this guy's just really, really good. High highs, great. 6 foot, great. 4-star, 5-star, great. You know, really good pace, really good shooting. Even his passing, 83 vision, 83 short pass isn't bad. And then really good dribbling as well. Good stamina. You know, he's got the finesse shot trait. Yeah, don't need to say much about that card, guys. Very nice card for his price, all right? And very meta. Now, on our left mid, once again, there are a couple options you could have gone for here. I've gone for Saint Max. Now, this is another card that I think his stats lie a little bit and he plays better than his stats. Okay? This is another card that a lot of people love. I actually... Do I have him in my team? I did. So I did have this guy in my team. I got rid of him not that long ago. But very, very nice card. And he is my left mid. Other options, you could use Zaha, who I think is a little bit more expensive. Or you could put Son into that place if you really wanted to. But Saint Max is only 6,400 coins. High lows, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Insanely good pace. Really good dribbling, guys. And now this is where I think the card lies a little bit. Because look, it says, you know, his finishing and stuff is quite bad. It's not. I can tell you that right now. It's not. This guy will finish a lot more than you think he will, all right? This is a very good card to be using. Very, very nice card. And obviously, just give him a chem style. You don't really need to touch his pace much. So you can just, if you want to boost up his shooting, which I would probably do, give him a chem style that just boosts up that shooting, you know? So he gets into like the 80s for his shooting and things like that. On the right side, guys, there's 2 options. You're going either Lucas Moura or you're going my boy Traore. Now, I'm going to go Traore. The reason why... And now, this one's definitely up to you guys. I actually use Adama Traore in my team right now. And the reason why is the meta sucks, but it's just pace. I've used Lucas Moura. I've used him. And I've used Traore. I've used both. And I choose to use Traore in my team over Lucas Moura at the moment. And it's purely because of pace. The big issue with this guy is that 2-star weak foot, okay? So he's not a huge, like, you don't want to be finishing on his weak foot. But high lows, 4-star skills is good. But it's just that pace, man. That pace, that strength, you know, agility, balance, dribbling, all really good. This guy is a pocket rocket down the wing, okay, guys? In a 4-2-3-1 where, you know, counterattacks, playing the ball, long balls down the wing and stuff like that, cutting in with your wingers, this guy will do a job for you. If you don't like him, then I recommend going and trying Lucas Moura. But for 1,700 coins, this card is a beast. I will tell you that right now, all right? Very good card. And now the last spot that we've put into this team, our second most expensive card, coming in about, what are we at? I think he's at about 35,000 coins, is Teemo Verna. Right here. All right. Now, your other option is Martial, is probably your other option. But having used Martial, having used Verna, this card is definitely better than Martial, in my opinion. The one issue with this card that I found is he's only got 3-star skill moves. If you're not a big skiller, it's not a big deal. For me, I like to have, 4 or 5-star skill moves on my striker because I do like doing La Croquetas and Rainbow Flicks and Elasticos with 5-star skillers. But if you're not a big skiller, it's not a big deal. And even if you are a skiller, you can deal with it. Because, I mean, if you want to get someone who can do those 5-star skills for you and those 4-star skills, you start having to pay up to that next level. So for his price, he's very good, man. Once again, guys, pace, shooting is really good. 88 finishing, 88 to attack positioning, really good pace, and solid dribbling as well. He's the kind of card where simply he gets into the right positions. He will outpace most defenders. So, through balls to him work really, really well. Get in behind on him on your tactics, through balls to him, and he can finish. All right, he can definitely finish, and he's got a 4-star weak foot as well. So that is the team. That is the cheap meta prem team. Now, like I said, that team is going to cost you around 100,000 coins, maybe a little bit over, about 105,000 coins. So for the budget, that is an insanely good team. That is the kind of team where, like I said, man, I could go into champs with that team and come out gold 2, gold 1 quite easily and beat teams with players like Neymar's and Mbappe's in their team, all right? That team is going to do work for you. How I would quickly play it in game, guys. Like I said, 4-2-3-1, I'm going to go for because that's what a lot of people are playing. I play the 4-2-2-2, but this is probably what a lot of people are playing. And if you're, fairly new or anything like that, this is probably the formation that is going to help you the most. And then how I would set it up is like this, boys. Okay, so I would have my left cam, St. Max, my right cam, Traore, my striker, Verna, my central cam, Heung-min Son, have your 2 CDMs as Sissoko and Allen, and then keep your defense as it is. So that's how you would set it up in game. How you do your instructions is up to you guys. I'm not really here to tell you that, but I'd probably have, a get in behind on Sissoko. I would definitely have cover center and stay back while attacking on Allen, while I'd probably leave Sissoko on balance to play that ball playing role, all right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I hope this video helps you out. Try out this squad. Maybe make a few changes to it if you've got a little bit more money. Maybe a Rashford in there instead of a St. Max or something like that. Definitely. But yeah, let me know how it plays for you and how you get on. Hope this video helps you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.